Welcome to East Coast Elk Reviews. Today, we'll be starting a new segment, a new series for the channel. This will be called Repurchase or Pass. On today's episode, we'll be discussing 5 different bourbons that I've recently finished, whether or not I'd repurchase them or pass up on them. First off, we'll be talking about Penelope Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This one's bottled at 40% alcohol by volume, or 80 proof. It's actually a 4-grain. This is their entry-level bottle. It consists of corn, rye, wheat, malted barley. And it was aged a minimum of 26 months in charred new American oak barrels. It's non-chill filtered, and I believe I paid $37 for this bottle for $7.50. Now, despite being thin, being bottled at 40% alcohol by volume or 80 proof, I found that this whiskey was very crushable, very drinkable, and it would be perfect for someone just recently getting into whiskey, because it's very inviting on the palate and not too punchy. So therefore, I would purchase this again. Next up, we have Four Roses Small Batch, which is a 45% alcohol by volume or 90 proof bourbon. There's no age statement. The mash bill is a blend of 75% corn, 20% rye, 5% malted barley, and 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5% malted barley. And I paid MSRP for this one, which is $30 for a 750 milliliter bottle. Now, the Four Roses Small Batch, it is pretty good for 45% alcohol by volume. It's much better than the regular Four Roses bourbon, which this is about $10 more than that. So I would rather drink the Four Roses Small Batch over the regular Four Roses bourbon. But in my opinion, I would probably pass up on this, considering the Four Roses single barrel is only $10 more, and it's much better in my opinion. So therefore, I'd probably pass on the Four Roses Small Batch. For a third bottle, we have Redwood Empire's Lost Monarch, which is a blend of straight whiskeys. It's bottled at 45% alcohol by volume, or 90 proof. Its age is 3 years, according to the company website, a blend of 4 to 12-year-old bourbon and 3 to 5-year-old rye. The mash bill is a blend of 60% rye, 95% rye, 5% malted barley, and 40% bourbon, which is 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. And I paid MSRP, $35 for a 750 milliliter bottle. For the Redwood Empire Lost Monarch, this is their Boo Rye, and I will say it does have some good complexity for a $35 bottle. Lots of citrus candy, spice on the finish, and I would recommend this one over their Pipe Dream Bourbon and their Emerald Giant Rye. So with that being said, I would repurchase the Lost Monarch by Redwood Empire. For our fourth bottle, we have Old Forester 1910 Old Fine Whiskey. This bottle is part of the Whiskey Row series by Brown-Forman. It is bottled at 46.5% alcohol by volume, or 93 proof. There is no age statement. The mash bill is 72% corn, 80% rye, and 10% malted barley. And the MSRP for this one was $55, and that's how much I paid for a 750 milliliter bottle. For the Old Forester 1910 Old Fine Whiskey, I do remember this one having a unique and complex flavor profile with roasted marshmallows, chocolate, and maple syrup. This one for sure was worth the money at that $55 range, and I would for sure repurchase this in the future. The last bottle we have is Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And this is by Sazerac Company. The distillery is Buffalo Trace. The proof is 90 proof, it's 45% alcohol by volume, and the age is an NAS, but Buffalo Trace says it's aged at least 8 years. The rumor is it's between 8 to 10 years, usually 9.5 years. The mash bill is undisclosed, and this one goes for MSRP $30. Now, good old Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This might have been one of my favorite whiskeys when I was first starting to get into whiskey. And it's still good till this day. And it's a great entry-level bottle for them. And it's a good example of what they make. And it gets you ready for the other products that they have. Because this is a really good bottle in that $30 range. But unfortunately, nowadays it's being marked up to around $50, $40. and I just can't see myself to purchase it at that $40 or mainly $50 range. But until I start seeing these Buffalo Traces back to that $30 range, I'll probably pass up on them. But I will say it's a hell of a bottle, and it deserves a lot of respect because it is a great whiskey for that 30 bucks. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. I hope you all have a great day. Cheers, everyone.